Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss B, and I know y'all all heard about this BBL story, but if you have not heard about it, you're gonna hear about it today because we're gonna do a reaction to it. So apparently, a lady is going viral because she got a BBL procedure done, and being that I work in healthcare, I feel like she did not take care of it properly, so it started smelling bad. Now I have heard this before from men all over the internet, so we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna react in between, and then you guys can leave your comments down below and tell me how you feel about this whole BBL having a smell situation.
Linger. So this is part two on why I had to get my BBL surgically removed.
It's really part one.
So in part one, I was telling y'all how my sit down ear was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around a bottle of air freshener or a bottle of perfume because when I would use public restrooms, it would stink so bad and the smell would linger. It was like an embarrassment. I didn't want to come out the bathroom with it smelling like that and someone else was waiting at the door. When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there and I can't stomach it. I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL.
Now I get that people be jealous, but come on, girl. We just telling you that for your own good.
It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry, you know, weekly, like I've been doing before I got the BBL. When I would get my laundry out of the dryer, it would still smell like that raw eating flesh. I really was like, so this one day, me and my boyfriend, we're getting ready, to do something. So this one day, me and my boyfriend, we're getting ready, to do something. So first, let me say, my boyfriend at the time did not want me to get the procedure done, but I insisted. Me and my sister went to get the procedure done together. And before I got the procedure done, I joined the group on Facebook. It was like a support group, different women that got it, that's in relationships, just for, to talk about it. So a lot of women in the group was pretty much saying, when you get it, your boyfriend is going to be jealous, so just keep an eye out on that. So when he was telling me it was smelly down there, I was going to the group saying he's saying it's smelly down there. They was basically telling me to ignore him. He's jealous, but he'll eventually come around. So me and my sister got the procedure done at the same time. So at first, man's was healing up good. It was healing normal. So was my sister's. And I would ask her, is you healing well? She would tell me, yeah. I was healing well maybe the first 6 to 7 weeks. But after that, it kept on leaking and kept on draining. I was asking my sister how hers was going. She said she was not leaking or draining. Mine's would close up, but then like a day or two later, it would start leaking again. So I used to put gauze and dressings on it to support the leakage while I may have been outside or out and about. So that's why I had it for a year with the leakage, because there would be points that it would close up or I would think it was closed up fully, but it wasn't. So one day me and my boyfriend was about to do something and he just was like, I cannot take the smell anymore. And he broke up with me and he left. And that was pretty much that. But he was telling me for months. But me listening to the women in a group thinking they knew what they was talking about, it kind of messed everything up for me. It even got to the point I was wearing jeans in the summertime because it was an embarrassment even looking at it. I'm gonna upload the picture right here. I wasn't expecting my video to blow up like it did, but I have a lot of women angry with me. They are reporting me.
I think it's actually disgusting how people were hating her for telling her truth. And this is not the first time that we have been hearing something like this. It's just the first time that I'm seeing somebody that actually got the surgery done come out and talk about this.
They're commenting nasty things. I'm just about to delete everything and go about my business because when I say this is crazy, it's like they removed the sound from my other videos. I wasn't saying anything, but I guess I did not fit their narrative. They're not happy about my experience. That's pretty much what I was saying. They denied that. They said they're not putting my sound back up. So I'ma just the crazy part is so many women pissed off at me. I don't even know who to start to block so they can start reporting me. They're just coming at a rapid pace. So I'm done, y'all. I'm just like I didn't know people was gonna get mad like this. I just thought I was sharing experience. But I'm done. This BBL trap don't play.
What the hell y'all think? What the hell y'all? What the hell he buried? What the hell he buried? What the hell he brought James? What the hell is
Part three on how I got my BBL surgically removed because my sit down one was stinking real bad. So I deleted part one because there were so many people in the comments talking shit how y'all was going now. So I deleted part one and I made part two because there was some people in the comments that wanted to know more. BBL stink, do you hear me? And it's not coming from the vagina or the beehole. It's coming from the incisions that they cut to inject the fluid and the fat in your butt. Okay? There's people in the comments saying, "Oh, you wasn't washing up right." Come on, let's be real. It's coming out of the incision.
Y'all are so ignorant. It's a damn shame.
It fucking stinks. I don't care what y'all say. It stinks. And if it's not healing properly and your body is rejecting it, the hole will remain open and the drainage will continue to come out and stink up your linen, stink up your underwear, stink up everything, okay?
That's crazy.
Now, my BBL been removed for the last past 4 years. Only had it in for about a year until it was stinking so bad I couldn't take it no more. I don't know if y'all wanted me to get on here and say BBL smells good, but stay away from it. Hey y'all, I just want to hop on here real quick, clear up some confusion, and answer a few frequently asked questions. When I said all BBLs stink, what I should have said was if your body rejects the procedure and your scars are not healing, it do
Correctly.
have a smell. There's a lot of women in my comments saying, "Oh, I had a BBL," and
And I think it's also important to stress that you definitely have to get aftercare. That is very important, and that is a whole nother price. So I feel like people lack that aftercare part because they only pay attention to try to save up for the BBL. But aftercare is very important, especially that wound care.
BBL don't smell. The fact of the matter is, immediately after procedure, when you're experiencing the drainage do have a smell. So if your body rejects the procedure and it's the constant leaking and unhealed scars, yes, it's going to smell, and that's just facts. And of course, everyone's body is different, and everyone's body reacts to the procedure differently. So I was speaking on my experience from my point of view that my body rejected the procedure and
And of course, y'all took it and ran with it and dragged this lady for no damn reason. When y'all know, yep, my body is not like your body is not like the next person's body. And everybody do
constant
not go to the
leakage
same
and
doctor.
drainage, it smelled horrible. You know, even with me covering the scars with different dressings to try to soak up the leakage. With it being constant like that, it gives off a horrible smell. And I also have several women in that inbox sharing their story. Something similar happened to them also. And if they are comfortable with me sharing their story with y'all, I will. I'm just here to tell my story, if that makes any sense. People think going viral is all fun and attention, but I'm here to tell you it can attract way more than just followers. Going viral can open you up to spiritual attacks. Now, this is coming from someone who has went viral several times on several different topics. It can definitely open you up to spiritual attacks. That's the part people don't talk.
Going viral, interacting with strangers on the internet, all of that can lead to a lot of spiritual attacks in a lot of ways. Like I've seen it happen, and that's why I'm very cautious about who I'm getting close to as being a content creator. And essentially, it hasn't gone well. Soon as I start to see somebody acting funny, I gotta stop dealing with them altogether. I might still support your content because I like your content and everything, but other than that, it's a no for me.
This shit ain't easy. It's jealousy, negativity, and simply energy you did not ask for. We live in a time where people will literally get mad for you telling your story. I
Yep.
didn't bash anyone, I didn't bring anyone down, I did not do anything to discredit another woman's BBL. My story is strictly based on me. But I am under spiritual attack, y'all. I'm under spiritual attack by Jezebel spirits, spirits of vanity. I'm under attack. My videos are being reported left and right. I don't know if it's the fear of feeling like you have been exposed, but if you had to I've been getting a lot of messages from different women asking me to tell their story. So I'm going to tell y'all a story that I just received tonight. She captioned her story, "The Infection They Tried to Ignore."
Mm.
I went out of state for my BBO because a friend recommended this up and coming clinic. It looked professional enough, clean, organized, and the staff seemed nice. The price was lower than most places, but I thought I was getting a good deal. The surgery went fine at first. The pain was intense but expected. I was swollen, bruised, and sore, normal post op stuff. But about day 5 in, I started noticing a strange smell. At first, I thought maybe I wasn't cleaning myself well enough, even though I was following the aftercare instructions to the letter. Then I noticed one of the incisions on my lower back felt warm, too warm.
Mm.
The area was red, hard.
And let me tell you something. When something is warm to touch and you're already in pain, you need to go to the nearest emergency room or the nearest hospital, for real.
The smell started getting worse. It was a sour and rotten smell. When I called the clinic, they brushed it off, told me it was normal healing, and to give it a few more days. By day 7, the pain was unbearable, and pus was draining from the incision. I ended up in urgent care where they immediately told me I had a deep tissue infection,
Mm.
necrotizing fasciitis. I hope I got that right. The bacteria had started killing the tissue inside my body. They rushed me to the hospital and I had to go through emergency surgery to remove the infected tissue. I stayed in the hospital for over a week on IV antibiotics, scared out of my mind. I survived, but I was left with a permanent scoring and had to have reconstructive surgery months later. My body is forever changed, not by the BBL I wanted, but by the damage it left behind. Lesson learned: cheaper doesn't mean safer, and if your body smells like something is dying, don't let anyone tell you it's normal. I've been getting a lot of messages from different women asking me to tell their story. So I'm going to tell y'all a story that I just received tonight. She captioned her story, "The Infection They Tried to Ignore." I went
So I guess that's it when it comes to this whole BBL, um, smelly BBL story. But it's a lot of stories that I've been seeing when it comes to that. Like this is,
I was
she's
telling
not the
y'all
only
how
one that's been telling her story. She's not the only one that's been telling this story. And BBLs is actually one of the most
Yeah, those
dangerous.
BBL be stinking.
See,
BBL
people are
smell.
The
talking about
BBL
it.
smell is
All right, let's
I had to
listen
come
to her.
outside and talk about this because after what I just experienced, I'm traumatized. BBL smell is 100% real. I don't care what your mama say. I don't care what your friends say. I don't even care what your doctor say. BBL smell is real, and let me tell you why. And if you wondering what it smells like broccoli. The broccoli that's been sitting in your pot with the top on for 2 days.
She's
We all know
silly.
how that smells. Sour, funky, moldy. Now, what's gonna be some people that say my BBL don't smell like that? I don't know where she get her information from. Take your hand and rub it back there and see if you smell the same thing that I'm smelling. Now, some BBLs have a soft, funky smell, like a musty smell, and then some BBLs have a loud smell, a smell like rotten flesh. But trust me, it's all the same smell. Now, if you're wondering how to get that funky smell up out of your skin, because yeah, it's stuck in them pores and it's deep within your skin. Take you a cup of vinegar, 3 tablespoons of Epsom salt, run you a
Well,
so this is
take that shit out your body. That's just the bottom line. Ain't nobody got to do all that vinegar and this, that, and the third. Ain't nobody doing all of that. Take that out your body. You shouldn't have that in your body in the first place. And if you're gonna do something like that, make sure you go into the proper doctors. We vet these doctors, research these doctors, check their reviews, do that type of stuff. Because I'm sorry, I just ain't go. All right, let's listen to these men.
Now, the smell that he's referring to is very real, especially if you're not washing properly or you sweat excessively. Now, what it may smell like is like rotten flesh and medication, or what it smells like after you get a cast taken off. I suggest washing with cast soap or the medicated stuff that they give you after you leave your hospital. If you want to avoid all of that and avoid spending that cost, I got you covered. These are the products that I stand. The thicker than the stick cream aids in growth of the
I'm sorry, but all of these products and all of that, mm-mm, mm-mm.
in plastic surgery post-op care. I'd be around a lot of BBL. If your BBL is stinking a year into the process, you might have some like, I don't think that's your butt. I think it's a wound. It could be your pooch. I don't think it's the BBL itself. It might be a wound or one of the holes. To which I would say go to your nearest hospital immediately because it's probably rotten.
Exactly what I said.
After a BBL, though, I will say the smells are not that pleasant for a multitude of reasons that I'll list out for you. First of all, when you get liposuction, they stick that needle and they're that looked like I was doing something else just now. And when they're sucking that fat out of you, your skin is disconnected from the muscle. And the reason it's important that you get your massages, lymphatic massages, 6 months, you really should get them for at least 6 months after your surgery, is because your skin needs to heal and heal back onto the muscle. And you want it to heal flat and not have that like bumpy look that, on someone's stomach. We all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but
that shit look ugly.
while it's healing, fluid swells up because you swell. So with the lymphatic drainage for the first couple of days, your holes will still be open. There'll be some doctors choose to drain with tubes. Because if that tube gets yanked or and that shit can hurt, just let it drain. But it's not gonna smell good because it's literally pus and blood and shit from your body. It's disgusting. Another reason it stinks is because you're in a faja. You're compressed because we don't want you to swell, right? Because it's healing. And what your body's gonna do if it's not compressed, it will expand. You're supposed to stay in that faja for days, right? So what happens is you got all that pus and bullshit coming out that already doesn't smell great. You're in the same faja 4 days a lot of times. You're sweating and you have your natural must and you have a lot of smells mixing together. As someone who's done lymphatic massages, I can tell y'all it doesn't smell great. The girls don't smell great fresh off the table. It's really nothing you can do. Oh, and I forgot this part. You still have to shit, right? You still have to shit. This is, you still have to shit. And your butt is kind of hard, still swollen from all that freshly injected fat. And it's been sitting in a faja. And you now have, well, you're a part of the club now. You have 17 miles of ass crack. And you cannot necessarily clean yourself as good as you might need, you be used to. Because you're not like taking full on showers. You're not doing that 48 hours post op. Oh, and I forgot this. You still have to pee. Usually, the girls have the urinals or like the cups that they pee in, and then you might get a little driblet. You can't fully squat and pee like Pocahontas. I'm sorry if that wasn't politically correct. That's what they called it at Girl Scout camp, which might have been problematic to begin with. You just can't squat and pee in that. It's how you have to be bent and hunched over. Again, this faja hasn't been cleaned, so it has doo 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 niblets, driblets of pee, pus coming out of you, and you're in that faja for like 3 days, 4 days. They take it off and put it right back on. That's what y'all are smelling. Now, that smells horrible, yes. But if you're still smelling like that 6 months post-op, you need to go to the emergency room. So, as someone who literally works in plastic surgery post-op care, I be around a lot of BBLs. If your BBL is stinking a year into the process, you might have some, like, I don't think that's your butt.
I think she, excuse me. She couldn't have explained that any better than I could have, especially working in healthcare. So yeah, this has been my part one of my BBL is stinky, and this is not a diss towards anyone that has had the surgery. This is just for educational purposes. Yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you guys think below, because me personally, I just feel like it's a very dangerous procedure to do. So if you're gonna do it, you need to go to the top of the top, the creme de la creme of doctors. And you also should not just be saving money for the surgery, you should also be saving money for the care up to a year after the surgery, so that you don't end up with a stinky, smelly BBL. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion when it comes to all of this. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we are now leaving the Babe Cave. And if you have not been here before, make sure you come back by. I will holler at you guys at a later date.